So what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the Genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's Simeon now on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Simeon. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off of play action. Simeon. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. From the end zone, Goff. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Hard ball.
Throwing on third. Gone. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV. Called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at.
Well, maybe a free play for Simeon. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw on second is Simeon. Going deep for Diggs. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Throwing on third down, Simeon. He's going to wind up and air it out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Goff now to throw. Bryant with a catch right side. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. 11. 11.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And that is incomplete here. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Back to the air, Goff on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Like 20.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that's incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Johnny Hecker now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Minnesota. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
Open here, Adam Thielen pushing his way through and able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Simeon
on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now. To throw is Simeon. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Tiger, Tiger. Black 20. Hey, Shell.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This is caught. It's Cooks. And some space here. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Super.
Here's gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's gone. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back in the 25. Kentrell Brothers coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Super, 66. 12. Hardball. Twos.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Flushed out right. And the ball is knocked out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Simeon. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Simeon now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, here's Simeon. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a 1st down throw. Simeon finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue
90. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, Simeon. And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Carlson now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Whoa.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Super. Shell. Hey, shell. 12. Go. 12. Go. Starting left here.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Hardball.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Buying time to his left. Breaks the tackle now with Allen. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Sherrills to return it. Look at the spin.
Balance.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, Simeon. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That was good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On first down, it's Simeon. Got his man complete over the middle. It's King. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you take.
And this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. They find some open field here. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. This will be taken in at the 1. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Goff on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Richardson never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
17.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. 12. Hey, lift, Obama.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
From the 50, it's gone. And this will be a dump off for Keller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
14. Hey, Shell.
Goff on first down. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Yes, sir. Hey, Shell.
From the red zone now, Goff. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Todd Gurley standing by as lonesome in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. Goff rolling, and it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Zerline good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Simeon. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They run with Murray, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw on second is Simeon. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
A toss to Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Simeon. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
From the red zone now, Simeon throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Simeon. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. One man in the backfield, Murray on 2nd and goal. Now they'll run, Murray. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Now it's Simeon. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going.
14.
Do they stick with that?
14.
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Simeon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Simeon incomplete on first. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Let's go. Green, 39. Pass.
Simeon. Oh, no, lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The 13 yards that time and a 1st. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Linval Joseph with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And Zerline's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
All right, here we go. Boom, line it.
Back to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked out by John Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Go.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
We're good. Let's go, 12. Let's go. Hey, lift.
Throwing now. Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for L.A., they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.